Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we are showing the Breath of the Wild Any Percent tournament match. We are already in the best of 3 rounds for the loser bracket. Matchup is DatGuyChucky and Roekoe, and we are going to show the complete matches. Commentators for this will be Barry Hill and ITND Piston. Say hello.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Bound to be a great race, obviously. Best of 3 is very fun, nice and long, and should be a tight race. Roekoe slightly favored, but not by much. They both have made it through the first rounds of these brackets and beaten pretty top runners. So
yeah, at this point, all of them are top runners.
Yeah. Certainly. There's only 8 runners left, and after this round, this is the 3rd race in this round. After this round, there will only be 4. Then 2, and then 1. We're coming up to the end here. This is the final stretch. So we'll get started here in just a minute. Good luck to both runners. I believe we are off to the races. Literally.
I am more nervous than the runners just by watching them.
It's should be very good. Yeah, 2:45 estimate. We might be in here for the long. But obviously, both of these runners are also very speedy, so could be as short as an hour.
Yeah, the estimate is changed by myself for the 3 games worst case.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's not the single game. Single game is 50 minutes.
Yeah. Vivo, you're absolutely right. There is still a fair amount more than 8. There is a loser's bracket, so there are a lot of races that are happening. But for the winner's bracket, there are 8 left going down. Yeah, so we'll be picking up the Sheikah slate here just a moment after this opening cutscene.
Yes.
We're about to perform the first real trick of the race, clipping through the side of the Shrine of Resurrection using the Sheikah slate after this about 30-second cutscene.
The most heavy reset point for trying to PB.
Yeah, if you don't clip out in the first minute, especially towards the top, which is where we're at now, just an instant reset basically. But obviously not super tenable in a race scenario, so we'll see who clips out here first. Opening the camera so that they can avoid that cutscene when they're on the wall.
So
and Roekoe getting it.
Roekoe gets it.
Roekoe gets a fast clip. DGC still at it.
He's having some trouble, and he gets it.
And he's out too. We'll just be climbing up this icy cliff here and running over and grabbing some food and a shield from this Bo3 camp. All right.
Yep.
Having a little jog.
At this point, everyone's going for the pot lid.
Yeah. Roekoe skipping the peppers. Looks like he's probably going to pick up these Hylian shrooms.
Yeah, he picked up the Hylian shrooms.
DGC looking like they're gonna do a similar thing, picking up the shrooms. Roekoe just slightly ahead here, grabbing the axe, and will now be going to the second Bo3 camp to pick up the arrows and bow, which we'll use later for getting into bullet time and doing BTBs to soar across the map and make it look tricky.
So I just learned this from Slyzor's video, that when you climb up onto that wall, you can actually hold the target button so that you climb faster.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, otherwise Link does this weird jump onto the wall, which wastes like 1 second.
Yeah. Always got to go for the maximum optimal. Let's see that the Bo3's behave here. Looks like Roekoe gets a pretty standard Bo3 camp. and
Looks
a
like he
fast
gets
climb.
fast climb. Vocals
No,
are
not
also
a fast climb.
behaving well for Chucky.
Yeah, Roekoe actually not quite getting the fast climb, but
Oh,
pretty
the
nice thing.
cliff was too high on that side.
DGC does get fast climb though, and they'll both be coming up to
Very
stasis
nice.
here and clipping in. Activating the tower is for people who don't know how to clip.
Very nice. First try for Roekoe.
First try Roekoe, DGC. Try here. Having a bit of trouble.
Oh no, he
Gonna
just
reset
messed up his
skew.
wheel. Okay, he gets it. Stasis
And
Cliff
he's in
is, in my opinion, the second most inconsistent. The
Yeah.
most inconsistent for me is actually Magnesis.
Magnesis is a tough one. For sure. Stasis also pretty tough sometimes.
Yeah,
Roekoe about 10 or 20 seconds ahead. It's a little hard to tell, but he's about a cutscene ahead here.
the cutscene is about 25 seconds if you count the dialogue box.
Yeah. And Roekoe is
Try
finishing
to
up the
not
shrine here.
try not to say anything here.
Yeah, there we go. And he well, we'll see.
The DGC basically doing the same thing.
Yeah, this shrine has very little variation. I'd say that the shrine with the most variation between is Cryo, especially right now with the new strats and whether or not people are implementing them for the races.
Yeah, Roekoe actually did the new parkour skip once in a race, so I'm wondering if he's going to go for it again.
Yeah, that should be interesting. Roekoe finishing up the shrine just a bit earlier than Chucky, but they are both finishing up the shrine with Roekoe ahead. A thing that must not be named is, of course, Gamer Jump or Swiffy Jump or Stasis Boulder Skip or whatever you want to call it, which commentators have inadvertently cursed by saying it too early. But it's a fairly simple trick that both of these runners nailed. We're going to talk to the old man. Get told that we gotta acquire more of these orbs or whatever. Who cares about that? We are just being speedy.
And Roekoe is about to do a boulder ride,
Yes.
being very careful with the terms.
Tough. It's tough what they're all called. We got a boulder ride here. And we're gonna shield surf and set up for the BTB here.
Right into the first major movement trick of the run.
Yeah, it's tough to see Roekoe's setup here because of the angling of his camera, but
looks good for Roekoe.
Does look pretty good for Roekoe. DGC getting hit by the boulder. That's unfortunate. He might have to eat here.
Yeah, need to make sure that he doesn't get killed by the cold damage.
And Roekoe getting a pretty good angle there, landing on Cryo. No major screw-ups there. Gonna just attempt this clip in.
Very nice clip from Roekoe. And he's not going for the ESC, which might suggest that he's doing the normal cryo strat.
DGC landing a little bit not where you want to, but close enough that he'll still be saving a significant amount of time over running, but he'll be losing time over Roekoe.
Yeah, the cliff over there is actually very hard to do FDC, because if you do it too early, you'll get damaged, and if you do it too late, you might just die. So
could be awkward.
DGC,
so let's take a look.
Sorry.
Let's take a look at Roekoe. Oh, pardon me.
I was gonna say DGC played safe there by landing a bit early.
Yeah, played it safe. Didn't want to screw up the fall damage cancel, because if you don't have enough height for the fall damage cancel, it can be really tough to land. Roekoe not going for cryo parkour, or I think the name is still in flux here, but the new skit found. Instead, opting to do the older but generic strats. DGC, I imagine, will do something similar. Roekoe now about a shrine ahead. Just built up really an incremental lead here, just nickeled and dimed DGC for a lot of time at this point.
Yeah, it's really nice to get these leads in plateau, but we don't know anytime. They're still very close.
They are still very close. This run
Like,
lives and dies at Ganon.
Storage.
Oh, did Roekoe go for slate storage?
Yeah, and it looks like he got it on second try, I think. So he's going to do the Magnesis BTB. Gets it.
Gets a really good angle, too.
Yeah, looks a bit low, but he has slate storage, so he should be fine. Yeah, this is definitely a bit low. And he will have to slate storage early. Gets it very nicely.
Saves a lot of time, though. Low boy. And we'll see DGC going for it now. Did you catch if he did slate storage? I thought I heard.
I did not see.
I guess we'll see in a moment here.
That looks like a forest angle to me.
That does look like a forest angle for sure. And of course, the side effect of landing in the forest is that you normally get another couple of arrows. Looks like he did not get slate storage because he just did a fall damage cancel.
Yep.
Gonna be picking up some arrows here.
And there was a very nice clip into the Magnesis Shrine by Roekoe.
DGC gonna do a well?
Missed the
backup
tree launch.
Yeah. It's probably just gonna be running to Magnesis here. Bleeding away another full moments of time. Now, an opportunity for DGC to catch up would be if Roekoe had to jog to bombs after missing the BTB, and if DGC got it, that could be a moment to catch up. Probably not to surmount the entire lead, but could be something that could occur here.
The bomb BTB is very punishing because you have to deal with vocals. They're not the nicest thing.
Yeah, you have to rely on one Boko running towards you, and other Bokos not screwing you up in that. Could be a little hard. DGC having a little bit of trouble clipping into the elevator here. Can be tough. This one's harder. This was probably the hardest elevator to clip into.
Yeah.
Of all the shrines. Roekoe's still about a shrine ahead, although a little bit more than a shrine. A little bit more than he was going into cryo.
Probably 1 minute ahead.
Yeah. So we'll be looking for this bombs BTB because Magnesis Shrine, normally not too spectacular, almost entirely normie strats or casual strats, aside from jump at the not going for box walk. Roekoe's going for slab launch, picking up the items in the box, actually. So that's a little interesting. He'll have some more resources for the Ganon fight.
The slab launch always puts you in a more consistent position than box walk, so it's a much safer strategy in races.
Looks like Roekoe gets the BTB.
Very nice.
Will be not allowing DGC any room to really catch up to him. Roekoe, of course, favored in this matchup. Getting skew on a different place. I don't think I've seen that skew place that frequently. His potlet is a little damaged here. So.
Yeah, I don't think he got skew on that first try, so he has to reset his skew. And looks like it worked this time.
Did a little shield damage cancel. Let's see what type of a wind bomb he attempts here in this shrine. DGC, of course, also going. Oh, DGC going for box walk.
Yeah, so if he gets it, he will have a 3 seconds advantage. I mean, catch back.
Which he does. That's very clean.
Very clean box walk, and the vocals are in a good pattern for him.
That's a good Boko pattern.
Looks
Fast
like
angle.
Fast angle. Also very dangerous because if you FDC late, you can just fall off plateau.
Looks like he's got it though.
Yep.
Wow. That's going to be a little bit of time gain on Roekoe's BTB, though not necessarily that much. Roekoe going for, looks like the standard wind bomb, and it's going to finish us shrine off. AGC clipping in.
They're still about a minute apart. The bombs split didn't really change anything.
No, not too much. Although DGC possibly has the opportunity to catch up just a couple of seconds here from that BTB, or did catch up a couple of seconds here, but we'll see how he would have to match Roekoe in his bombs execution, which was not bad.
Now, do you know if they're doing amiibo or no amiibo?
I suppose we'll see. I would guess that it's no amiibo. That's sort of been the status quo for these races. Status quo for these races, and so yeah, well, Beetle is going to be a big part of what happens here. I guess assuming that they're on no amiibo. That's just my guess. Oh, DGC almost getting ZDI cycled.
Yeah.
Pretty spectacular, but just barely misses it. He's caught a little bit of an off angle. I'll go wind bombing to Forest. He'll be looking for a Beetle here.
This wind bomb can always be scary because you don't have the glider, which means if you get too high, you can die.
Roekoe not having too much luck with this Beetle. Gonna be running around looking for it.
In the worst tree.
Finds it. And he'll be doing a little bit of a ride here, excuse me, to get to the rest of the space up to Temple of Time.
Very nice rocket tree. He did get damaged there. I'm not sure why.
Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Could make things in Castle awkward, but if his fruit boxes are nice, he should be able to find some food to make that better. Did you see nailing the bombs as well? He'll also be looking for his Beetle here. So it looks like they're definitely doing no amiibo.
Yes. If you're doing amiibo, you don't need this Beetle. And Roekoe is about to do the hardest trick in the run.
Yeah. Can definitely be a punishing part of the run. Next to Ganon, of course. Looks like...
He used a little bit more stamina, so he's going to be very careful with his stamina, or he has to do a backup wind bomb to get to the banana crates.
Yeah. Should be a tight one. He might land in Castletown and a wind bomb, or he might, depending on whether or not DLC is aligned, might get Phantom Armor.
Yeah, we can see Roekoe pumping his glider to save some stamina.
It eats a little bit there. I don't know necessarily what that's about. Looks like he's
about
going
to do a wind bomb, and he needs more than one heart to do that.
Yeah.
Going for the super launch.
Can't tell if he's gotten it, but looks like...
Yeah, that looked a bit slow, so he
Yeah.
probably missed it. So he's doing a
Doing
mid-air backup and another super launch.
Also looks a bit slow. He's probably going to have a second wind bomb here. This is definitely an opportunity for DGC to catch up and gain dozens of seconds on him.
And
his first attempt here is very good. That's a large amount of stamina, and the angle looks really fast and good. So he should be really good. DGC Augur's moment. Roekoe at castle. Just goes to show that the lead that Roekoe had, he's still in the lead, certainly by less now. And looks like he got first try bananas, so that's going to be another big part of this.
First try double bananas.
First try double bananas. That's definitely going to help. Let's see if he still picks up the bananas in the dining hall. That's technically unnecessary. A lot of runners just do it out of habit, which it looks like that's going to happen here. Or the razor shroom at the sort of second end. That's one or the other is what you would get with double bananas.
Yeah, usually you go for the banana because it saves you one of the text boxes. But with muscle memory, I mean, I just pick up the razor shroom every time.
I couldn't tell if the Lizalfos got aggroed there. Hopefully it did. Gonna pick up a bunch of weapons here.
DGC's got his bananas and is heading to the dining hall.
Perfect. Did he get one or two?
I'm not sure. I wasn't watching.
I guess we'll see. Oh, it looks like he's going for Molduga Fen.
Oh, very nice arrow for Roekoe. I think he got like 15 bomb arrows.
Wow, that's going to be really good. Roekoe being careful not to get rid of his stamina here. The Zelfos did get aggroed, and he'll be doing a little bit of a kill here. Sneak attack.
Yeah, this Lizalfo can sometimes be very not nice to the runners.
Roekoe gonna pick up some hearty truffles here. Looks like, or at least this big hearty truffle. Cook his food. Let's take a look at DGC's arrow count, or see how this goes. Of course, picked up some arrows in forest, so he's got a little bit of an advantage here. Looks like he's got a lot of regular arrows, like a ton of regular arrows.
Oh.
Looks like he got one banana from the... Oh, he's gonna miss.
Did not get the fire.
Awkward.
And Roekoe just finishing cooking his attack up food.
Gotta re-aggro the Lizalfos. Looks like it lost interest in the bomb.
And
I don't really know what that's doing.
Kicked the bomb once and lost interest again.
Kicked the bomb and didn't do anything with it, so that's...
Oh no. Looks like he got interest
in... he's just gonna do the backup with the electric arrows. That's gonna be a non-zero amount of time lost for him, going into the last leg here. Of course, again, this run is made at Ganon and Blights, so we're going into that now. Roekoe starting his win Blights.
Looks like Roekoe missed his cooking. The second Moblin noticed. Oh yeah, sorry, DGC. That Moblin also not being very nice.
Welcome, Raiders. By the way, thank you for the raid, Orchrist. Yeah, Moblin not being too kind here. Yeah, the RNG of these creatures have not been particularly kind with DGC, but good to remember that you just need to finish races. For races, it's just about finishing, because this time loss could easily be made up for with some good... Oh, this is interesting. I wonder what DGC is doing.
Usually if I get noticed, I would just choose to reload because you get an autosave as you step into the dining hall.
Yeah, I'm still not certain what's going on here. I think he's going to try and Yeah, okay, looks like he's successfully done this. See if he manages. Yeah, using the sneak strike. Checks out. I don't think it's
didn't
lit.
lit fire.
It's not lit. He'll figure that out. Okay, he's got it. Roekoe, of course, the cooking's in front. Roekoe Blight's fight. Looks like he got his Wind Blight skip and just finished up Water Blight. Moving on to Fire Blight now. So we're gonna see DGC ascend to Sanctum here. After picking up the golden bow thing here. Yeah. Wind Bomb up to Sanctum. Fire Blight, we're on second phase.
Yep, and Roekoe did the Royal Guard Sword throw in the end, which will help with Fire Blight Phase 2 one cycle.
It's interesting, Roekoe now really substantially farther ahead than DGC. I'd say maybe a minute and a half or 2 minutes. That's going to be tough for DGC to make up in any way. Like, Roekoe point would have to mess up something for DGC to substantially catch up. Of course, it is a best of 3. This is absolutely not the end. Or not even actually close to the end. There's a lot to screw up in these Ganon fights.
Yeah, for sure. Roekoe is on to Thunderblight. Playing phase 1.
In phase 1, DGC gets his Windblight skip. So we'll be looking for the rest of the blights here. Alright. We're going to phase 2 Thunderblight. And yeah, the blades are a little bit boring. It's weird because it's a boss fight, but there's the weapon routing is so clean, it just kind of looks very like, and now I use this weapon, and then I use that weapon, and then they're dead. Ganon is a lot more tense.
Yeah.
Which Roekoe's actually entering now. Misses the flurry brush here. Looks like he'll be going for it again. He's gonna eat his hearty food.
He got the middle claw flurry rush.
The middle claw flurry rush is one of the hardest ones to get. If not the hardest one to get, just straight up. It's really tough to get the timing on that one. So good on Roekoe.
DGC just finished Water Blight. Look at that bomb arrow count.
Yeah, that bomb arrow count is insane. That's a lot of bomb arrows. That's really gonna help him here. Gonna be really good. Looks like he's going to the wall, but these bomb arrows, they just don't stop happening. So he's got a ton of wiggle room for this first phase. One saving grace for DGC might have been Roekoe having bad arrow RNG, but Roekoe had really good RNG. So that gonna make things hard here. It's like Roekoe's in second phase now, and DGC in second phase of Fire Blight.
So also gets the instant laser, but misses the first parry.
Let's see if he can hit the second parry. Looks like he does. Gets the instant laser. And gets the fast parry. We'll be seeing the stun lock here.
And DGC just finished Thunderblight phase 1. That extra claymore hit in the end.
That can be helpful. Oh no, Roekoe messes up the stun lock and gets slammed. That is not good for him. Although he gets the
he has the backup food, so he has one-shot protection from Ganon.
That was very smart, and he, of course, makes it right back up. I mean, that was a very fast recoup from Roekoe. Gets a laser almost immediately, and we'll be looking at probably the last phases of this stunlock here.
Looks like Ganon's dead.
Roekoe very speedy. This is a very, very race, by the way. This is, I think this is going to be about a 31. Under normal timing, that's about a 30 or just sub 30, which for a race, a very good time. So we'll be seeing his Dark Beast here, which I think has only been messed up in qualifiers once. So it is unlikely that happens here. Oh no, DGC having some trouble with Calamity.
Oh no, he just died at Calamity.
Dies to Calamity, that's really unfortunate. It's super easy to do that. It's he quits out. I think he's forfeiting this race. Or this one part of this race. I don't think that means he forfeits the match. I think that just means the race.
Yeah.
Winning in this race.
Calamity's fire attack is very punishing, especially the fire cone horizontal slash. I don't know what you call it, but
yeah, it's tough. Calamity, hardest part of the run for sure. The most frequently punished. Even people who are really, really, really good at this game, such as DGC and Roekoe, can have trouble with it. It's a tough time. We've seen many, many runs lost to Ganon in these races. If Ganon doesn't want to cooperate, it can be tough to recoup.
Last shot at Dark Beast.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Oh, sorry, I said Roekoe's just did his second last shot at Dark Beast Ganon.
So we'll be seeing the final shot for Roekoe here in a moment, and then I believe we'll get into race 2. Now, some interesting places where DGC can sort of clean it up and probably come back even stronger for the second race. Certainly Ganon would be a good time, but his castle split was pretty bad for him overall. Just because the Moblin noticed him and the Zalfos wasn't cooperating. Could be tough. GG's Roekoe. That's GG for Roekoe. He finished his run. And DGC, I think, is forfeited for this race. So I assume we'll get started here with the second one in a couple of minutes, though. A little bit of a break. Tough run.
Yes, we will have a 5-minute break, and we will be back in about 5 minutes.
Woo.
See you, and stay tuned for the next one.